Top 5 hardest junglers in League of Legends. Number 5 is Kindred. In my opinion, jungle is one of the easier roles mechanically, but Kindred is not easy mechanically at all. That's going to be a trend. Not only do these champions require a higher level of macro, like Kindred with her stacks, knowing where they spawn, they're also quite mechanically intensive. Like, playing early duels on Kindred can be tricky, and you have to know how to kite well. So not only do you have to have ADC-like mechanics, you also have to have really good jungle knowledge, because you also need to invade early to build a snowball, otherwise this champion isn't going to be very useful. And not only do you have to snowball, you also have to know how marks work. That is very tricky. 4 is Evelynn. This is maybe one of my hottest takes yet, but I genuinely think Evelynn is very hard to play. Obviously, mechanically, she isn't that difficult, but playing her in Master Plus is absurdly hard. First of all, she's a one-trick pony champion that is bad in a lot of games. She isn't like a Lee Sin that you can slam every game and be okay. You need to play a lot of games of her to understand her, like, the way to win games on her. And not only that, you have to play her in really hard games where you're going to get invaded level 3, where you are so weak pre-6, where even after that, you are not a team fighting assassin, you have to play side lanes. And most of the time in higher elos of play, people are not going to side lane. They'll just group into Evelynn, and what is your champion going to do? It is so tricky because of how short ranged you are, and if you ever get caught out, you are instantly one-shot. Number 3 is Elise. Honestly, the top 3 are kind of interchangeable for me. Personally, I think Elise, on average, is easier than the other two. She has reliable CC, but she needs to snowball, and she can be quite tricky to actually execute that snowball on, since she isn't as, let's just say, overwhelming as some other champions are when they're fed. She kind of still has to pick squishies. She isn't really ever going to want to fight a bruiser, and yeah, she can be quite tough to pull it off on, to actually win games. 2 is Rengar. Rengar, and I think, is the lowest win rate jungler in the game across all ranks. He is really, really hard. Definitely a one-trick pony champion. He is so hard to pull off because you need to have a really good knowledge of when to cycle his empowered abilities, what to actually press, who you can and can't one-shot. But also, if Rengar gets like 10 kills, or, 5 kills, or has a really nice start, he's, I think, easier to snowball than most other champions on this list. So even though his ceiling is crazy high, he can just kind of Rengar all over the enemy team and just kind of one-shot everybody, especially if they're squishy. Which makes the hardest jungler in League of Legends, Nidalee. Need I say more? She's basically a Smurf/pro play champion, and even then, she still sometimes looks absolutely useless when smurfing or in pro play. This champion's just not very useful. Like, I see her played more often as a support than as an actual, like, damaged jungler. It's pretty funny.